Okay, this is the parabola question of the our Term 3 test of grade 11. Let's just take a look at it. There's a parabola and a line. Here's the graph of the parabola. F of x is 3x squared plus 9x minus 12. But the graph of the line is g of x is equal to minus x plus 1. It says write down the domain of g. Well, you've got to know what domain is. And you have to know what g of x is, minus x plus 1. Well, if you graphed it all really carefully, it would be a line. And it would be going downhill as you move from left to right because that's the shape of it with negative. And the question right down the domain is, what are all the things that are possible for x? Well, this line goes forever in to the right and up. And that means you could keep putting in any value of x you like. So the domain is just x is a real number, an element of the real numbers. Now determine the x-intercepts of f. Well, all you do to find x-intercepts is you let y equal 0. Then you could put this into the quadratic formula. Some people did, and they got minus 4 and 1 out, and that was pretty good. And they showed their work by putting the numbers in. They got all 3 marks. But easier to divide by 3, put 2 brackets. X times x is x squared. 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. And plus 4x minus 1x is plus 3x. And so that's why x is minus 4 plus 4 is 0. And 1 minus 1 makes it 0. So there's your answers here. Yeah, I had to do this video again because I made a mistake when I was putting something in a calculator. Let's say determine the coordinates of the turning point. Well, a parabola turns on the axis of symmetry, and you can get the axis of symmetry when it's in this standard form. You just go negative b over 2a. The negative of 9 over 2 times 3 minus 9 divided by 6 is minus 3 over 2. Now, that's one way of finding the axis of symmetry. The other way is to look at your minus 4 and 1 and just go to the middle of those values. Those are the x-intercepts. Minus 4 plus 1 divided by 2, it's minus 3 halves. Well, that's the x-coordinate of the turning point, and it's the axis of symmetry. X equals minus 3 halves. Now, when I put minus 3 halves into when I put it into the function, right, put minus 3 halves back in here. See, 3 times minus 3 halves squared plus 9 times minus 3 halves. I got a funny thing. I got the wrong thing. I got minus 129 over 4. I don't know how I did that. So it's really going to equal minus 75 over 4. So your turning point is minus 3 halves. For the x-coordinate, minus 75 over 4, or minus 18 and 3/4, 0.75. And that's your answer. So there you go.